Hi guys, I am starting this video on December 11th and I just thought it would be fun to show you guys how I make this breakfast sausage casserole. It's really yummy and it's just 3 ingredients, so I thought it would be super easy and super fun to show you. So for this recipe, you want 1 pound of sausage. It can be either hot or mild, just whatever you like and whatever brand you like. I think I used a Tennessee Pride one and it turned out really good with it. So you are going to want to brown your sausage and just let it cook until it has color on it and there's no red pieces. It will cook again whenever we put the cream cheese in, so keep that in mind. Don't overdo it, but definitely brown it. Also, I forgot to mention the 3 ingredients you'll need are a pound of sausage, 4 ounces of cream cheese, and then 1 pack of crescent rolls. Once you have the sausage actually cooked, you can just go ahead and tilt your pan. It'll like drain the grease, and then you're going to want to get all of the grease out however you want to do it. Just be careful because it's hot. Then you'll want to grab your cream cheese out of the fridge. This is 8 ounces, but I'm only using 4 ounces of it. You can just lay it in the pan with the sausage and melt it down, and then you'll want to create like an even creamy mixture with the cream cheese on the sausage. To cook the sausage, I kept it on medium, but you'll want to turn it down to low for this just because cream cheese can curdle. While the cream cheese was melting into the sausage, I went ahead and got my crescent rolls open and I put half of them, so 4 crescent rolls, on the bottom and started spreading them up onto the pan because you'll want to place this in the oven at about 375 for 1 to 2 minutes, just depending on how done you want the bottom to get before you bake the rest of the casserole. Okay, so you just kind of want it where there's no spaces and kind of start curling it up the pan. This is an 8x8 pan, and then while I did that, I just kind of spread it evenly. My cream cheese is mixing in with the sausage, just 4 ounces of cream cheese in with 1 pound of sausage. So the mixture at the end with the cream cheese mixed should look kind of like that. This sausage mixture is perfect and good to go right on top of those crescent rolls that we put in the oven for about 1 to 2 minutes, and it can just be right in the middle, and then you put the other 4 crescent rolls right on top and let that bake for 9 to 11 minutes. Sorry, I forgot to film that step. This is the end result. It looks so heavenly. And that's the outside, and then the bottom also needs to get golden brown. It ended up taking about 10-ish minutes or maybe 11. So just be mindful of that. Just keep an eye on it. But I'm so excited to try it, and I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I'll try to leave it in the description. I also did want to share that I have been drinking this spearmint tea. It's from the brand Traditional Medicinal, and my mug is from Walmart, in case you guys are wondering. Spearmint tea is supposed to really help with PCOS symptoms, so I thought that was worth sharing because I've drank it for the past few days, and I don't know, it seems to help bloating. I don't know how it helps with like sugar cravings or energy or anything like that, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated. So today I'm gonna show you how to make the peppermint hot chocolate cookies. Pretty much if you can find this mix, just get it. If not, you can just use peppermint chips, chocolate chips, and then you could just cut up little marshmallows, but here we go. I thought it would be easier to include like the baking in the same video, but what you'll need is flour, your toppings. I'm gonna add some M&Ms because I have this running joke that is like always a crunchy surprise, so I'll put just a few in there to have a crunchy surprise, and then some of these sprinkles too. And then baking soda, baking powder, brown sugar, butter, and then eggs and vanilla. So just a mixing bowl. And this one has a lid. That's good because it makes a lot of cookies, so you can save some cookie dough. But you'll need 2 sticks of either unsalted or salted butter. You'll just have to add more salt if you use unsalted butter. But you want it soft, and mine's not quite soft yet, so I'm gonna put it in the microwave for just a second. So I just warmed these up in the microwave for like 20 seconds. Just make sure you don't get it too soft because the cookies will spread a ton. You'll need 3/4 a cup of this butter. This is the spatula that I'm using. Got it at TJ Maxx. It's super cute. 1 stick of butter is equal to 1/2 a cup. So you'll just need 1 stick and a half. So next thing is to add your sugars. You'll need regular sugar and brown sugar, and you'll need 3/4 a cup of each of those. 3/4 a cup of butter, sugar, and brown sugar. So that's pretty easy to remember. Once you have your butter and sugars in, you'll just want to gently beat it. So at this point, after you've beat it and it looks like this, kind of creamed together, no huge chunks, but it's okay if there are a few because you'll still beat it again. You want 2 large eggs. This is also a perfect time to go ahead and add 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. You can never go wrong with a little extra vanilla anyway. And then you're gonna beat the vanilla and the eggs together, and this time you'll want it super smooth and creamy. I'll show you after. So it should look like this. It can look kind of grainy, that's completely fine. But just make sure there's no big chunks of butter or anything, because that will make your cookies, if they have that big chunk, spread and become flat and like almost like a brittle. At this point, you want to add your baking powder. I just use this brand. I think I got it at Aldi. Sometimes I put a little extra because the cookies will rise better. And then I put 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Here's my 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Then you also want to add 1 tablespoon of salt. I'm sorry, 1 teaspoon. Please don't add a tablespoon. And since I used salted butter, I just use like a little bit less salt, but I really like salt, so. And then I just usually take my spatula and mix that in. And then now we're gonna add the flour. 2 1/4 cup of flour, and then plus a few tablespoons. So depending on how your dough is looking, because it can depend on a rainy day with a lot of humidity, your dough could turn out really runny. You'll want to add like a lot of tablespoons of flour until it starts coming together like a dough. And then on a sunny day, you may only need 1 or 2 tablespoons. So just use your own discretion with the flour. Usually don't use the beater for my flour because I find it literally spews everywhere, like actually everywhere. So I'm just using my spatula and just getting it to the consistency that I need it. I ended up using about 2.5 cups of flour actually. You'll just want the dough to come together like this. It's kind of like a thick consistency and thick enough to roll into balls. That's how it should be, but now I'm gonna add my little toppings. The recipe recommends 1 pound of chocolate chips, which that's what I usually do, which I know is a ton, but this is 8 ounces, so I'm gonna put 8 ounces of this in, which 8 ounces is not a pound, 16 ounces is a pound. So I'm gonna use this bag first. Oh, it smells so good. And then some chocolate chips and then some M&Ms. Okay, so I added the toppings and now I'm just gonna stir it in. I probably didn't even add a pound. You wanna work your way through the clumps and then make sure it's pretty spread out, and it should be able to be balled up together like this, like on one side, and it shouldn't be too sticky. If it is too sticky, it's not too late to add just about a tablespoon of flour. So don't panic if it's super sticky, and then just mix that in with all of the toppings. My cookie dough is balled up like this, and I'm just gonna use a 1/2 inch cookie scoop, and then the oven should be set to 300 to 325, depending on how fast your oven cooks, and just make sure to keep an eye on the cookies. It's 7 minutes, then you flip the pan, and then it's 7 more minutes. This is them scooped, and now I'm just gonna put them in the oven for 7, and then you turn the pan, and then 7 more minutes. So 14 minutes total. And that is where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. Like I said, I will leave them in the description, but thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave prayer requests down below.